Hey my beautiful souls, welcome back to Refining with Jessie, the life coach. So today we are filming in my kitchen. Today is all about small kitchen organization and some tips and tricks that I have used in my kitchen and how I manage to stay organized and how I fit all those delicacies that we all love, like our specialty dishes. Managing a small kitchen is super tough, but there is always solutions, and today I'm going to be sharing all of mine and some of the brands that I use to help maximize all the space that I definitely need in my kitchen because I love to cook. I'm going to be sharing my little hidden gems and how do I avoid things like bending down, and most importantly, how I was able to get a custom look in my kitchen without breaking the bank, and finding beautiful solutions for all those trinkets that we all love in our kitchen while keeping it organized and functional. Yes, there is a way. For every problem, there always is a solution, and today I'm going to be talking about it all. So, without further ado, let's get started. So tip 1 is all about cabinet storage. So this is something I hardly hear anywhere, especially here on YouTube, and I have no idea why. So many people think that you actually have to get built-ins with custom cabinetry, and you can only get it when you actually have new builds, which is incorrect. That is not correct, guys. You can actually take your old cabinetry and get built-ins from Rev-A-Shelf right off of Amazon. They come fully built, and all you have to do is just install it. So here is one of the looks that Rev-A-Shelf sells, is one of the styles, and it works perfect for all my little gadgets, all my little trinkets, and all those little things that it is so hard to organize and takes up so much space in your drawers. Now, all you have to do when you get this is actually install it to the frame. You take off the faceplate, and then you just drill it to the front of the cabinetry. It is that simple. On the bottom of this, there is a plate that slides in and out, and that's all you have to do. And you actually could get it for half of the price that custom cabinetry sells it for. For me, this has been a game changer, and it could be a game changer for most people because most people struggle with where to store all these little things. It's easy to clean as the bins just pop up, and all you have to do is just clean the bins and pop them back in. So things like your spatula or those spoons, right, that we cook with. Things like your tongs, right? These take up a lot of space. They're pretty elongated, and a lot of people struggle with how to store them. In larger kitchens, a lot of people just put them right on the countertop in one of these type of bins to store it. But when you have a small kitchen, countertop space is prime real estate. So this is a great solution for you if you actually are struggling with how to store all those little trinkets. And here is another version of what Rev-A-Shelf offers. So you do have options. For me, this was the most functional option for me because it is right off of my stove, and when I am cooking, all I have to do is just open this, pick a spoon, pick a tongue, and you know what, I'm ready to go. Tip 2 on what worked for me in my kitchen is adding tiers to my drawers. Now I have very limited amount of drawers, which is why the first organizer works really well for me and why this was the perfect option for me. Now this is another option from Rev-A-Shelf, and it looks like your basic drawer organizer, but underneath it's, if you slide the top, there's a whole other section on the bottom, which is genius. I'm like, who created this and where have you been all my life? So I love this organizer because it maximizes your space. If you have a small kitchen like I do, this is prime. You need this in your kitchen, you need this in your life. It's just going to make everything so much easier, and it just keeps you so organized. And I'm able to fit a ton in here. Like this whole section fits like longer knives, and anything you need it to be, you know, really. You customize it how you feel fit and what you have and what you need in your kitchen. So I actually have 2 sets of utensils, which is great. I actually have one on the top and then one on the bottom. So if you're one of those people who have silver and gold, this could be a great option for you. I actually have 2 sets of knives, so the spaces are pretty large. Now this is what my original drawer looked like, and I actually ripped that out, took out the face plate, you know, the front of the cabinetry, and all you do is just drill it to it. You drill it to the face of the cabinet. So it was, I would say, pretty simple to install. I didn't install it, but it was a great add-on for my small kitchen. Tip 3 is pull outs. Pull outs, pull outs, pull outs. So I have my garbage can here, and I actually have it on a pull out. I believe this is also from Rev-A-Shelf, and this is great because it helps maximize your space. I also have them in my pantry. I have a very small pantry, but with pull outs, I'm able to maximize my space because I'm able to put the bins on top of one another, which if I were to keep it stationary without the pull outs, I won't be able to do. If you want to see more of this, I might do a video on containers. Tip 4 is about magnetic storage. So spices is one of those things, one of those items in the kitchen that takes up so much space. So I actually bought these from the Container Store, and I just took a label and labeled them and put my spices in here. It has a section where they have like you could pour out a little bit, and then on the other side it has a larger slot where you could pour out more. By utilizing this type of organization for my spices, it has freed up so much space in my pantry. It's just nice and convenient because it's right off of my stove, and all that wasted space on the side of the refrigerator is now being used. Keeping with the same theme of magnetic storage is this magnetic shelf. Now this works really well to store little things that you want to take off your counter space. Remember, when you have a small kitchen, counter space is prime real estate. Now it could hold a ton. It could actually hold you know, bottles, storage bottles for oils. You could use it to hold spices and so on and so forth. I actually here have it holding spices, but you can use it for whatever you need it to be used for, to be honest. It actually comes off, so that's a great feature, and it has different variations as well. So I'm going to show you one here. This is a different variation and actually holds, you know, paper towel, but this is great when you have a small kitchen. Tip 5, over stove storage. Now this is an area that is just simply overlooked, but you can store some nice little trinkets right on top of your stove top. I actually picked up these bottles from IKEA, and they have actually a little indentation, so they work perfect on top of my stove, and they look, to me, nice and pleasing to the eye. I actually don't like too much clutter and too much noise in the kitchen. If you wanted to use the top of your stove but you don't have the space, Amazon sells a shelf and you could put anything on top of it, really. Tip 6 is cabinet containers. Now this is a new addition to my kitchen. This is a product from Joseph & Joseph. It's a cupboard storage system that actually connects to right under the shelf of your internal cabinetry. That this is another product that I'm just like, this is just genius. Like, it just works. So if you are pressed for space and looking for good quality storage containers, this is your thing. You can see it actually has like a teal the cover on the top. It's all clear all around. The plastic is of good quality. I gotta say that it's really made really well. So since this is a fairly new addition to my kitchen, I'm actually going to fill it up, and I have to say I was fairly surprised that it actually held a lot. It looks really small, but it holds a good amount of stuff. So for me and my needs, I actually use it for my baking stuff. So I filled it with sugar. It comes with 3. So I filled one with sugar, I filled one with brown sugar, and I filled the last one with flour. For me, when I'm organizing, especially in my kitchen, I like to keep everything in its like groups. So for me, this is like a baking group, and it just works perfect. I'm happy that it came with 3, and I'm actually going to show you how it looks inside my cabinetry. So if you're interested in this product, you can see exactly what it looks like and how it might look in your home. So this is a 32-ounce container of sugar, and that's how much it holds. And if you're interested in any of these products I mentioned, if I could find it, I'm gonna link it in the description box, so don't fear. So this is what they look like. They actually slide in and out. and it slides pretty effortlessly. And you can see how it is actually attached to the top of the shelf. You actually don't need to drill anything, and it actually frees up all this space. And actually I could put another one if I needed to, but for my needs I don't need it. So tip 7, cabinet storage drawers. So this is another product from Joseph & Joseph. I actually love his products because it's meant for small kitchens. So it is a hidden drawer. It actually slides out and then down. And I use this for different things. So I use it for my dishwasher pads. I use it for extra sponges. I use it for my drying towel, and then all the way underneath I just keep extra bags, extra garbage bags for the garbage. So for me this works beautifully. I actually had an accident a few years ago and it messed up my back and neck pretty badly, and sometimes I just have all these flare-ups and it's hard for me to bend over. So I try to limit bending over as much as possible, and this has been a game changer in that regard. I love this drawer. I love that you can just hide things. I don't like a lot of stuff being seen because it looks cluttered. It attaches, so there's no drilling involved. You just attach it to the shelf, and there's an adhesive in the back, and you just push it up to the shelf. And then on top I actually have a riser, and that just adds to just maximizing my space. I'm able to put more plates, and everything just flows here just effortlessly, and whenever I need something I just get it right from here. Extra sponges, pods, and there's no bending. A lot of people use under their sink for storage. I do not do that. Tip 8, hidden spice organizer. So we are going to go in my pantry, and I'm going to show you another product from Joseph & Joseph. Like I said, he's the man when it comes to these little organizers. It's the same concept. It attaches to the shelf, no drilling. You pull it down and you actually can hide some spices. So I like to hide spices like vanilla extract. I usually put my cinnamon sticks, things that usually you can't put in the type of spice jars that I have that's connected to my refrigerator. Is nice and hidden. It doesn't take up a large footprint. It attaches to the shelf. You're not messing with drilling and making holes. And down on the bottom I have another riser for like my cans. It's pretty empty because I haven't been home. But I also have a door organizer here, and as you can see, everything flows. Like, it doesn't interrupt with the flow and mechanism of anything in my pantry. So it is a great product to have. Tip 9, under cabinet space. This is another prime real estate that people always miss in small kitchens. So under this cabinet I actually have a jar opener. Instead of having this huge jar opener taking up space in my drawers, I have it under the cabinetry, and as you can see, it's really easy to use. All you do is turn it and voila, the jar is open. Tip 10 is wall mounts. So these are wall mounts that you can use and put anywhere, any shape, in any way that you want to. I love this idea. I actually purchased this off of Amazon, and what I love about it is I could put them anywhere, wherever I want, instead of like regular structured organizers. It has an adhesive in the back, and all you do is peel it and you stick it to where you want. Here it's actually holding pot lids, but I actually have something to hold my pot lids. I'm just showing you different variations of how you can use it. But utilizing your door space is super important when you have a small kitchen. A lot of people miss this area, and you cannot when you have a small kitchen. This prime real estate, once again, my favorite word. You want to make sure that you're maximizing all your space. So for me, I use them to hold my silicone baking mats. So the mats I actually have on the top are pretty large. They actually folded, and I had a hard time finding a space for it. So this was the solution I came up with. It works pretty well. As you can see, the door opens and closes effortlessly, which was perfect. And I was like, yay! I pride myself on finding solutions to every problem. Like, that's my thing. So it works really well, and there's actually a few silicone mats actually in here, and behind it I have some other things, and it helps to keep the structure of it. Back here I have a silicone oven mitt, and behind that I actually have another silicone versatile thingy. I don't even know what to call it because it does so many different things. I use this for the microwave. You could put it under things so it doesn't splatter. You could put it over to help it protect from the heat, and you could use it also as an oven mitt. So another wasted space is right over the faucet. So here I use those wall mounts to hold my drying mat. So I actually don't have a dish rack. I hate those things. It's my personal thing. I just feel like they always accumulate bacteria and things of that, and they take up so much space. So I actually have a drying mat, and it comes with, you know, a solid dry rack. And what I do is I store it right over the faucet, and it's easy to pull in, pull out when I need it, and it's held by the wall mounts. So tip 11. So tip 11 is about filling empty space. So in my kitchen, I actually have 2 walls that are completely bare, and they were just empty. So this is another part of the kitchen that's always overlooked. Like, people feel if there's no cabinetry on a wall that they can't put it. Yeah, you can. So if you have a small kitchen and you're struggling with space, look for empty walls and how you can utilize it and maximize your space. So that's exactly what I did in my kitchen. I will always suggest to get something with drawers so you can maximize your space. And then on the top, I actually added an additional cabinetry. So fun fact is that this cabinetry was advertised for the bathroom. It's meant as a vanity for the bathroom for extra space. But you know, you can do whatever you want, however you want. It's your home. You just have to be creative, think outside the box. Don't be afraid to try different things, and just make it work for yourself. So that's exactly what I did. I turned this into a whole coffee and drink station. So on the top, I actually have some organizers that it's holding, some sugar, some drink mixes and things of that sort. And then on the other side, I have some of my towels. I have drying towels. I have my apron. I have other towels to just display in my kitchen, and then under it I have my Cuisinart blender. So I usually make smoothies in the morning, and so I have that. And then, you know, the drawers just hold a bunch of things. I have like my teas and my honey and all kinds of yummy stuff. And so to make this look like it went with the kitchen, I actually just changed out the handles. I chose crystal handles that just coincide with the handles I already have in the kitchen. And then this section was all about, you know, just for my guests. So when people come over, they have honey. They have little goodies and pastries that they can eat along with their coffee and tea. The whole concept was that someone can come to my house and just grab what they needed. Here I have like insulated cups, which is great for coffee or tea. I have my cappuccino cups, and then on the top is like tea cups and my little trinkets for my tea bags. So when guests do come over, especially on holidays when you're super busy or you're hosting, they literally could just get what they need. And if I'm hosting, actually you could just take this little section with the goodies and just offer them a nice treat. So this was a great little add-on. You know, during quarantine, you know, we were so restricted, and I love my lattes. I am a latte girl. I'm not really a big coffee drinker, and one thing I did add was a latte machine, and you know, it starts adding up. So this also was a money saver, to be honest. I'm able to just come in here, and whenever I want a latte, I could actually just make my own. I am not running to Dunkin' Donuts or Starbucks and spending $3, $4, $5 on a specialty coffee. Now I actually have it in my own home, right? And that's a great feature these days to have. I actually just purchased some Dunkin' Donuts, you know, pods, and I make my own now at home, and I'm saving myself tons of money. Now, in a small kitchen, having like a big latte machine like this, it is usually like you can't do it because we don't have the counter space. So by just adding this little section where there was once nothing, you know, it actually just added to the space. It's all about maximizing your space and finding comfort in your own home. So not only was I able to maximize that space, but I was also able to gain space in my regular cabinetry that I hold my regular drinking glasses in. So by adding that little cabinetry, I was able to take a lot of glasses out, and I still have space. Some of my glasses are missing because they are in the dishwasher. But on the bottom, I actually have my everyday glasses. In the middle, I actually have my drinking glasses for dinner. And on the top, I actually have my specialty and dessert. And if I wanted to, I can add a riser to add its complements actually in the section. But I usually just keep 2 because that's usually all I need. And as you can see, everything has a home, everything is divided, and then I have a whole other cabinetry that just holds mugs. So everything has a home and everything has its own category. Now in my kitchen, I have more wasted space. As you can see, I have a whole section over on the top. It's like an arch that I could not remove from the kitchen, but I found a solution. So if you never heard of high and mighty shelves, today is the day. So it comes with a strip that actually has a built-in leveler, and all you do is take the strip, and the back it has adhesive. You take the adhesive, you line it up, you make sure there's a bubble on the leveler. You make sure that it is in between the 2 black lines. That shows that it's straight. And then it comes with this section here that actually aligns to the silver part. You push the silver part into your wall. It has to be sheetrock. And then boom, you just take the shelf and you clip it on. There is no drilling, there is nothing required. It is so easy to install. And what I did is went and installed one in my kitchen, and I maximized that space that once was wasted space. So now you could use these shelves for anything. This one specifically holds up to 25 pounds, and this was the perfect solution for me to maximize this space. So guys, those are my space saving tips, a tour of my kitchen and how I organize it. Hey guys, so I'm going to leave you with one last quick message. We always gotta have that positivity, right? Whatever your kitchen looks like at this current moment, at this present moment, just be thankful. Remember to be thankful. Remember, it is a blessing. Remember, it's a privilege. It is a privilege to even have a kitchen. I was without a kitchen for 6 months last year, and boy, it was hard financially, physically. I was having to go outside to clean dishes when I actually was able to even make a meal. So it is a struggle, and definitely it was a humbling experience. So I value my small kitchen, even though it's super small. You know, I'm happy to even have to have a kitchen. So if you're one of those people that you're discontent with your kitchen, I get it. I've been there. I know the struggle. But there's always little means and little things that you can do to actually maximize the space. I hope some of these tips have helped you. And remember, if your goal is to have one of those big, beautiful kitchens that we see on YouTube and Pinterest and all these beautiful places, and you're like, I want that one day, you can't have that. That's one of my goals. And so I'm gonna stay on top of it, right? I'm gonna stay focused on my goals, working hard to make sure that comes true. And if it ever happens for me, I'll be showcasing it here. And it's not to brag. I don't believe in any of that bragging and showing what you have just to show it. For me, it will always be about showing how I achieve it, the steps on how to do it themselves, because I truly believe if one person can do it, anybody can do it. There's nothing special about one person. I just think it takes dedication, hard work, and there's always that one person that can help you get inspired and motivated to do that. So yeah, so I hope this video was helpful to those who are in the struggle with me. You're not alone. And for my newbies, if it's your first time here, I hope you stay. I hope you subscribe. I hope you become part of my tribe. I would love to have you. Some kisses and smooches for all of you, because you guys are all amazing. And I will see you in my next one. Bye.